one of the things you might have to deal with if you're doing a Skoolie build is understorage. Our bus, this is a 1996 Bluebird, and it didn't come with any understorage other than the spare tire. So we decided that we're going to fabricate our own because we really wanted a place to put our tools and dirty stuff that you don't necessarily want to store inside the bus.
Like a garage.
Exactly. So initially we talked about building out like some kind of heavy plywood box supported by metal, and then I started doing research on maybe what plywood I should use, and I started realizing that plywood boxes tend to delaminate over time, just being weathered. You know, they get wet, they delaminate, they fall apart.
And it's going to be under the bus.
Exactly.
Getting splattered and wet and whatever.
And so then you were starting to get into waterproof coatings and all sorts of crazy stuff, and we just didn't want to go that route.
It got too complicated.
It really did. So we went online, we did some research, and we found these boxes we're sitting on. And they're 18 by 18 by 36 inches each. We have 2 of them to mount onto the bus. And that's, I think, going to save us a lot of time.
Yeah, it's not, he could have fabricated metal boxes himself, but again, there's a lot of, you know, you have to buy all the metal and do all the fabrication, and these already came, they're already waterproof. The hinges, the latches, the locks, everything is already there. Like, how much easier can you get? And they weren't that expensive, so.
Exactly. I think we paid about $100 a piece for these boxes, somewhere in that range. And so it's just going to make it so much easier for us. So all we need to do now is build a framework to support these things, and because they're kind of real thin aluminum, and so I want to build a framework to really support these boxes so that they don't break off while we're driving. And so that's what we're going to do today. And hopefully by the end of the day we'll be able to show you guys what we did and show them installed and stuff. So pretty exciting. Let's do this. Okay, so we have to hang this under the bus, but there's only every 36 inches there is actually a C-channel up there. The rest of them are the ribs like this, and you can't get a bolt behind them, so you can't hang anything off of those unless you use a self-tapping screw or something, which is not a good idea. So in order to hang the frame, I am going to put 2 36-inch pieces up there bolted in place, and then there'll be holes in each one of them that will hang the main frame off of it. So we'll bolt those on. So instead of welding the whole thing and trying to wrestle this thing into place, we put those 2 hangers in there, 2 angle iron braces in there, and then we hang off of that. That will give us the strength we need. Okay, here we go, loud. Alright, first things first, we gotta bang these things out of here and do a little grinding, because the welds that I added on these vertical pieces here actually made these things really difficult to get in. So we gotta bang them out of there. Then we have to grind those back so they're not in the way. Good Lord. That sucked. Whew. I measured from inside down from the ribs that come across and support the floor, and then I measured down about 3 1/4 inches and or 3 1/8 inches, and then I drilled a hole through, and this will be the front corner of the box, and I'll just use this to create a nice straight line down this thing so we can do the cut later. I also did the same thing on the back side of this thing, so I can do the cut there as well. And now we got to draw a line between these two. Forgot my gloves. Let me just say that I have burned through some discs today, man. That stuff is just eating. The noise is intense, man. Probably should have worn some headphones. Wow. All right. So I cut these braces off right here, and I try to pound this thing out of the way because I actually need to put a cross member right here, and I can't do it. So the old standby is the floor jack, which allows me to get the leverage I need. Let's see how it works here. So far it's been like 100% effective at tasks like this. It's been great. We've used it for drill press. You've seen that. Oh yeah, it's just moving it. Okay, drop it down a little bit. And what's going on? Thanks. Just wasn't playing along. All right. So maybe I should get on the bus. Do this. Ugh, I hate doing this part. I'll be glad when I don't ever have to get under the stupid bus again. But that day is not today. Okay, come on. There you go. There we go.
So was that easier with
That was
the
way easier.
pre-drilling?
Absolutely. By pre-drilling it, the screw doesn't grab on this at all, and it just grabs on the skin. And when it grabs on this, and when it pushes through, it creates threads in this thing, so it'll continue going in. And once it's started, it takes a little longer to get the cut started on this to get the drill to go through, so it pushes this out of the way. So it pushes it back, and then the screw seats here and hasn't done anything here, and it just ends up pushing this, and they don't get flush like we're looking for. So by just pre-drilling it like this, I'm just drilling through this here and then letting the screw do the work into this.
Oh.
And it's making a wonderful difference. That. And then as you'll see, you watch closely how this thing just gets pulled right out to this. Ta-da! This is a moment of truth here. We're gonna put we got this in here, really solid, really solid. I couldn't break this out with a hammer. And then now we get to put the boxes in. So I'm kind of excited, a little concerned because we're gonna do it on camera, but hopefully it goes in awesome. So let's do this.
Hey, I have a question.
Huh.
Are we putting them in so that the thing is up like this and you have to bend over to get the stuff out?
No, we're not. We're putting, because they have,
like a shelf?
yeah, they have little, they have,
Supports, right?
yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, you know what? I need a rubber mallet. So when I took this out, earlier in the video you saw me banging this thing out of there. It probably took me half an hour to get both these boxes out because of a simple weld right here. And so it kind of bowed this out a little bit. I just need to bang it in a little bit and it'll be all right. There we go. Look at that.
Fits like a glove.
Man, that fit good. So happy about that. All right, let's get this one in. This might have the same problem though. We'll see. There it is.
Outstanding.
Man, that looks good. Wow.
Open them.
Ooh, some keys. There we go. And that is our understorage. Yes! Works so good. That is so good.
I love it.